I decide to follow Jesus. I decide to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning back. Many years ago, there was one of the pastor, interested in story behind the song. So he searched and searched and searched, and he records it. His singers are singing, choirs, instruments are playing. It's beautifully done. Make it CD and DVD and sell. I wish I bought it. I didn't do it. But it's in my mind all the time singing. So I want to make it tape about story behind this song as I heard. There's an island and the tribes, the chief was a god, worshiping him. Anyone go there, they got killed and eaten. But one of the missionary in England, I think, have to go there, wanted to go there. No one helped him. Everybody said, no, you don't. Church is against it, country is against it. So he trying to find a way to learn even language of them. Few years went by, he got married and have 2 boys. He said, we're going. I'm going to take my family with me. You help or not, I'm going. So finally, government did something to arrange it with that chief to have a little piece of property, probably given so much sugar and stuff, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, and built a little house and a big fence around it and told him, you're not going out, the fence. So he stayed in, had a garden and all that. But 2 years or something later, the chief sent the soldiers to bring them all out. So they went out. There's 3 poles on it in the ground. They put 2 boys tied up in one pole, and this man's wife in another pole, and this man in another pole. Then a chief said to him, if you don't deny the Jesus and worship me, we're going to shoot you boys and kill. He looked at it, and his wife crying and all, and he looked at the chief and say, we decide to follow Jesus, no turning back. Then there was about 20 the soldiers holding ball ready to shoot. They shoot it all. 2 boys fell to the ground and died. Then he said, next is your wife. You don't deny the Jesus, worship me, we will shoot her to kill. He looked at the chief and said, we decided to follow Jesus, so no turning back. Then they did, they shoot her to kill. She fell to the ground. Then I told this man, now it's your turn. You better deny the Jesus and worship me. Then this man looked at the boys and body and wife in the ground and looked up on the sky, cried out, Jesus! Just cried out. Then he turned the face back to the chief and told him, I decide to follow Jesus. This world is behind us, and the law is before us. No turning back. So they shoot him. Fell to the ground. Then everybody run, started a big fire, bonfire, and put them in there and they're eating. But something got into the chief. He could not eat. He just could not figure it out. Who's a Jesus? Who is a Jesus? What is a Jesus? This man is doing this. He just could not get it out of that. So he told the soldiers, go to this man's house, bring everything out to me. They did. There's not much. Notebooks, and his wife were homeschooling kids, and notebooks and Bibles and all that. But one Bible he translated whole Bible to these people's language within that 2 years something. So this man was reading, trying to find that out who Jesus is, trying to reading and reading and reading and reading. Then finally he said to them, soldiers, destroy the idol, which is his image, and make the cross, put it on him. Because Jesus carried the cross and hanging on a die and buried in. Third day he rose as he has told. And he was walking around for 40 days, helping his disciples and sometimes other people. And there's a time he went to the synagogue, the church, speak. 300, 500 people was listening. He's the God. So they did. But the other people didn't know what happened. About 70-some years later, the same church, some young man said, I gotta go there and find that out. I gotta go there and at least to see what happened and all that. But no one will help him. You don't go there, you don't go there, you don't go there. So he sneaked it in. He might be rode a canoe, and he went into the bush and crawling through the trees, and he could hear the people. There was a village. Then somebody saw him and said, "You English?" So I said, "Yes." He was just so happy. Then turned around and ran. So he said, "Oh God, I'm dead." Then he come with another man. Then say, the English, broken English, talking and very kind to him and bring him out and show that there's a village there. And they have temples and temples here and there. All of them has a huge cross stuck on it. So he said, what is wrong? What's going on? And they told him just like I told you, much more than that. So he would enjoy it for a few days and come back and told the church. So the church sent the priest, Catholic priest, to there to help and all that stuff. And he maybe 30, 40 years later, he died, got old and died. And then another man who was a music leader, cleaning up the desk and all that, and he saw this with notebook. Amazing. He sat there and reading. That's all, a whole bunch more in there. So he sat there and pick up the words. The word is I decide to follow Jesus. I decide to follow Jesus, no turning back. And this word is behind us, and the Lord is before us, no turning back. So that church started singing in England, and the other church is singing, and 30-some years later, America's church is singing and all that. And so I think, I really truly believe it, just like the book of Acts 7, man named Stephen, he's the one of the, not 12, but the disciples chosen, another 7, he's in there to become a disciple. They're killing him, stone him, bring it out and stone him. Before he died, he looked up and he said, look, heaven is open. The Lord Jesus Christ is standing. Then everybody plugged their ears and screamed and stoned him more to make sure he's dead and all. I think this man, when the chief said, you are the next to deny the Jesus, he looked up and cried out to Jesus, cried out. And I think he saw Jesus standing up in the air. And his 2 sons and a wife were standing next to Jesus. So he turned around, turned the face to the chief and said, I decide to follow Jesus. This word is behind me. The Lord is before me. No turning back, no turning back. See, God's people, you might never made it to be famous or powerful or rich, but you made it to heaven. Jesus is waiting for you and receive you and give you that reward he promised. I'm going to tape that someday. It's in the first tape I did. It's in the end, almost the end of it right there. But it's so long, I'm not sure how many watching it all the way, so I want to do that someday. Anyway, if we made it to heaven, that is the most biggest reward in this whole life, human life. If you was a famous, powerful, rich, billionaires, whatever, you're sitting in the hell in fire, torment, day and night, forever and ever. What you gained it? Just like Jesus said, you lost your soul. If you won, you gained the whole world, lost your soul, did not save your soul. What are you gaining? It is so truth. So be courage, Christians. This is January. I would like to say we are the victory if we're standing in God's truth. Follow Jesus. Jesus is a very wonderful. What it says in Matthew 11, come to me, all you weary and heavy laden, come to me. Pick up my yoke upon you and learn of me. I am a meek and humble, gentle and kind. My yoke is easy, burden is light, he said. It's the truth. Jesus is a wonderful, wonderful, kind, gentle, true. Every word come out of his mouth, so it's truth. I seen when he taken me to the heaven for 3 days. Jesus was just standing up in the air. He didn't come and pick me out. I think it's a gravity pulled me out of. Next thing I saw, my bed from my ceiling, and when he was waiting for me with a big smile. Then, when I got there, he catched me, turned me around, put it on his chest like I was like a teddy bear. Then he put 2 hands up on it. It's like a bullet. I didn't hear any sound or anything. It's like a bullet going out. Speed is so fast my mind can follow. I feel it. Pull back. My mind is. It's all in my first tape. Anyway, I wanted to say, just like this song, keep singing in my mind. I decide to follow Jesus. I decide to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning back.